understand everything now. I must be the opposite of SpongeBob by being...
Squidward.
Hey, I want to be opposite too. Yeah, finally! Yahoo! I'm Squidward. Squidward.
Wait! It's not enough to look like Squidward to be opposite.
You have to act like him, too. Boy, oh boy, do I like playing the clarinet. I practice and practice all day long, but I never get any better.
Now you try.
Okay. I'm Squidward.
After you, Mr. Squidward.
Why, thank you, Mr. Squidward.
You're quite welcome, Mr. Squidward.
What the hell did you expect?
What the hell do you expect?
I'm down here. Happy Tuesday to you. I'm down here right at the beautiful Gunpowder Falls State Park. It's a shame you can't see in the distance because about 20 deer just rode by.
I mean, I've even seen them on the interstate. Why are we encouraging deer to cross at the interstate? I don't get it. That's such a high traffic area.
Pop, top, check it out. Lick the foil with your tongue. Give it to your friends
As a gift.
as a gift.
Hi, everybody.
Hi, Dr. Nick.
I'm a monster!
Michael, you have no idea how high I can fly.
Is this real life?
Surprise, motherfucker.
Yes, surprise motherfucker, it is real life. It's also episode 29 in a collector's series of What the Hell Did You Expect? Hello and welcome. I'm your host, Kevin Ryan. Weighing in this week at 192 pounds, my very svelte figure. We got a lot to talk with you about tonight on the show, as we always do, although it usually doesn't seem like it. And it still probably won't seem like it tonight, but I do actually have a run sheet that has a lot of stuff, including Discovery Channel's Shark Week, burritos, plenty of other fun topics. And this week, Colin Suplee has some big words for me.
Some fries, motherfucker.
Yeah, I know.
All rise, motherfucker.
I actually added that about 10 minutes ago. Because Adassa, we were talking, she was over for dinner and we were talking about TV shows and where they went wrong or whatever. And we started talking about Dexter for some reason, and she was a little bit tipsy, and the only thing she could remember about Dexter was surprise, motherfucker. Some fries, motherfucker.
Wait,
that's
fries,
motherfucker.
That's from Dexter?
No, I mean the surprise, motherfucker. That's from Dexter.
Seriously?
Yeah, that's from Dexter.
Okay.
It's
I have
from,
never seen that
the
show.
First or second season. I forget what season of Dexter it's from, but it's from Dexter. There's a character called Dokes. I know.
Sounds like a fucking Homestuck name.
It's a weird name. Anyway, his name is Dokes, and he says fuck a lot.
Okay.
And at one point, he comes out of some shipping containers as Dexter, the main character, is being shifty and doing something. And he comes out of the shipping containers, and he's like, surprise, motherfucker. And yeah, and then there's that vine of some guy doing a bunch of variations on the theme.
Rude eyes, motherfucker.
What?
From the Hunger Games? Never mind.
Oh my god! That's great.
You know the little girl who dies?
I know the little girl who dies.
Okay.
That sounded creepy when I said it like that.
Yeah, it did, just a bit. Are we really going to talk about Shark Week?
Yeah, we are.
Why are we... Kevin, I mean, not to beat a dead shark to death, but do we really have to talk about Shark Week?
Well...
What can we possibly add to that conversation that hasn't already been said?
Well, stuff has changed about Shark Week.
Did the Fire Nation attack?
Well, the Fire Nation didn't attack, but a new CEO or president or something of Discovery came in after the last Shark Week. And basically, he's promising that this year's Shark Week will be nothing like last year's Shark Week and all of the Shark Weeks previous. Mostly because last year's Shark Week included a special on Megalodon the like gigantic prehistoric shark that's still alive, which was totally fake. All of it was fake, obviously.
The Discovery. Wait, hold on. Those sharks are dead.
No, I mean
they're extinct. Aww.
Not all of the sharks, but Megalodon.
Yeah,
which
I know, Kevin. I was quite a fossil, like, obsessed dinosaur kid when I was younger, so I knew about the big shark.
Yeah.
But they really ran a special, claiming that it was still
alive. Oh my god!
Not
only did they run a special about Megalodon, they ran multiple specials about multiple different, like, big prehistoric shark type things. Like
a Leoplorodon. Did they claim that a Leoplorodon was still alive?
I don't know.
Because that would be dumb.
They made plenty of fake documentaries that didn't say they were fake documentaries. Like, everything would have led to you believing that, oh, that actually happened. Like, there was a shark attack documentary or two that they made that were totally fake. And a lot of their viewers got really angry because Shark Week is becoming so sensationalized and they're making a bunch of fake shit for it.
Wasn't it always sensationalized, though?
It's
about our fascination with, like, the Jaws monster. Like, come on.
Yeah, except, I mean, in years past, there had been more, like, informational stuff about sharks, and it wasn't as sensationalized. At least that's what the article that I was reading claims. And like I said, this isn't, like, new news or anything. This is very much, like, news from last year,
That's why
even.
I asked, yes.
But I just read it today.
Fair enough. That's us talking about old news. Hey, Kevin, actually, speaking of old news, it's really interesting. I was looking through the I'm kind of like doing some I was actually where do I start this? I was reading my textbook for my history of the 20th century through music class, and they were talking about like some of the how music was used by fascists and also influenced like Nazi Germany and stuff like that.
Right.
And it led me to some articles online to do like modern day like music research in this. And did you know that the Hindenburg crashed?
Yes. Yes, I knew that the Hindenburg crashed.
God, I must be so late to the party.
Hey, I was actually, and this is actually serious. I was reading about.
You think I'm joking?
Wait, are you serious that you didn't know that?
Serious.
Yeah, okay.
I knew that the Hindenburg crashed when I was younger. Oh my god.
For fuck's sake, God. Yeah. Okay, no, but this, like, I was reading something about transatlantic travel today.
Yeah. Love that shit.
Yeah.
Zeppelins.
Yeah. Well, not only Zeppelins, but like big fucking ships. Did you know that there was this ship called the Titanic that apparently they were so stupid they didn't see a fucking iceberg, or they saw it and were like, nah, it's fine. We'll just like smash into it. We'll be fine. And like hours later, the ship crashed and a lot of people died. Did you know that?
Wasn't there a movie about that
by
like a couple years ago by James Cameron?
I was going to say Joseph
Mengele.
Camaro.
Joseph Camaro? Like the car? It's like it's a Transformer or something.
Didn't James Cameron do the Transformers movies?
I'm not sure whether I should be hurt by that.
Michael Bay did them, didn't
he did. Michael Bay also did no, he didn't. Michael Bay did not do Titanic.
No,
I seriously thought he did.
Cameron did Titanic.
Based on how Titanic went down, I would actually totally believe that Michael Bay directed that film, because it's really bad.
Yeah, I mean, the thing, I've never seen the movie Titanic, and I never will. I have a grudge against that movie because it came out the same exact year as Good Will Hunting, 1997.
Yeah.
And for the Academy Awards, the Oscars, Good Will Hunting was nominated for so many things, and it got barely anything because Titanic was nominated for the same things and just swooped all of the prizes out from Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
It's such a... And Good Will Hunting is my favorite movie. It is the best movie, in my opinion.
Wait, really? Of
Yes.
all movies ever?
Yes.
Oh, high opinions. Okay.
I love Good Will Hunting to the moon and back. and I will never forgive Titanic for stealing away all of Good Will Hunting's rightfully deserved and what would have been rightfully earned titles if they had won any of them. But yeah. I can't forgive James Cameron for that. That's why I never saw James Cameron's Avatar either.
That movie also wasn't very good.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
That's
what I heard when it was coming out.
It's actually, you know what's really funny? It doesn't even look that good anymore.
Really?
Some of it anyway. I mean, some of it still looks really great, but like some of the effects on the skin textures are actually really kind of dated now, which is hilarious.
Yeah, because I remember like that was basically the only draw of that movie when it came out was that the CGI and like it looks so it's so good looking. It looks so modern and nice, and I mean, I think it's a really stupid idea to base a movie off of, hey, look at all these cool like special effects and whatever we can do, because in the next 5 years that's going to be outdone. I guess unless it's something iconic like The Matrix.
Yeah, but The Matrix, The Matrix actually isn't dated because of its special effects. It's dated because of the costuming. Yeah. Everybody wears black leather, and that does not look like what people wear nowadays.
No. I mean, that's also very much just a Matrix-y thing.
Yeah, it's
too.
Matrix-y.
I mean, I think, I don't know. I've always viewed The Matrix as something a little bit more than just a special effects show-offy movie. Too,
yeah.
So that might have something to do with it.
I mean, I like it. I also acknowledge that's not a very good movie.
No, it really isn't.
But I really do like it anyway.
But there's that one guy in it. Have you ever seen...
Lawrence Fishburne?
No.
Oh, Samuel L. Jackson.
No.
Okay.
Who's the guy who goes and eats the steak with Agent Smith? I forget his name or the actor's name.
Yeah, I think the guy's like the character's name is like some techie like code. It's like Cypher or something.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I remember that scene and that character really well because that same actor is the voice actor for Martini the penguin in all of the other reindeer, the stop motion paper cartoon.
Oh wow, I haven't thought about that in a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that when I was younger.
Yeah.
Wow.
No, my brother still watches it like every year around Christmas time, so I always watch it with him, and I was struck maybe 2 or 3 years ago by Martini the penguin, and was like, wait a second, that's the Matrix guy.
Yeah,
he's
fun.
The steak guy.
I remember that steak scene because the steak is different in every shot.
Really?
Yeah, if you look at the actual steak on like his fork, it's a different piece of steak in every shot. Because of course, like you're not just gonna keep the same steak as you keep doing retakes of a shot. So of course it's different, but it's really obvious and stuff like that. Just it's fun. I don't know. I like shit like that.
Yeah.
But talking about fun movies, I'm segueing.
Okay.
Because I segue. Have you seen Captain America: The Winter Soldier?
No, I haven't.
Okay, because I watched that while I was at work today, and
like a pirated copy.
I just Googled America Winter Soldier and I got it and just watched it.
Didn't that come out like a few months ago?
I think it was last year.
Oh, okay.
It was like last spring, I think. Yeah, because this year, the first Marvel movie of 2015 is going to be The Avengers 2. But that movie is really fun. If you ever want like a kung fu spy action thriller and you don't want to watch any of the shitty Bourne movies, highly recommend Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Okay.
Very fun.
Is it a superhero-y movie though?
What do you mean when you say that? Because that means a lot of different things nowadays.
I don't know, like all of the recent Marvel, like the Iron Man, the Avengers, all that shit that's been coming out recently. Like I've watched a lot of it and not really been impressed with most of it.
It's a spy thriller. I'm just gonna it's about Captain America is a superhero, I guess, and he does things, but it's more like the movie treats it more like he's a guy who's really, really strong. He's a guy he's like a super soldier. So super soldier. He's a Super Saiyan. There's only one super soldier, this guy so far, except for the Hulk, but that kind of counts. But and it's just like him working in the government and what happens with that. Like it's less about like we have to. I mean, they do kind of save the world, but actually not really. Sort of. It's complicated. It's a good movie, and it's like about kind of like these very simplified inner politics I mean, it's a superhero movie, so there's still like Captain America like has awesome kung fu battles with dudes, and like there's a Soviet super soldier, other guy with a robotic arm who chases him around, which is awesome. Yeah, I don't know, Kevin. What do you mean by superhero? Like, is there a guy with superpowers? Yes, but does that make a superhero? I'm not really sure.
I don't even know what I mean by superhero, but I guess I'm just saying that like all of the recent Marvel movies have like none of them have really impressed me that much, and I've actually like I've seen most of them.
Yeah,
like
I've gone to see a couple of them with you actually.
Yeah, like we went to see Thor 2.
Thor 2, yeah.
Yeah, Thor 2 was okay.
Yeah,
you know, I've seen all the Iron Mans. I like the Iron Man character. Tony Stark is cool, but you know, I don't know, past that somehow I just find a lot of the writing and directing, I just find those movies generally kind of weak.
Well, they're not supposed to be like treatises on
I know
Kevin, the actual problem is you don't like fun things, as we've established on the show.
I guess, I mean, another way of saying that is that style of movie just isn't my thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, maybe I just...
I'm being completely facetious because you're the guy who spent like 3 days playing with Skyline Simulator or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. Cities Skylines. Oh my god, it's such a good game. Like I haven't played it in a day or two just because I went on such a binge of it like over the past week basically.
Yeah.
But as soon as I get back home tonight, I'm pushing my homework even further off until tomorrow and playing City Skylines.
Wonderful.
I also haven't done any homework this weekend. It's really... I
mean,
not that I have to do a ton.
Yeah.
I truthfully, I only have 2 classes that require me to do homework.
Yeah.
My education class, I have like 1 homework thing a week, and I can do it in 15 minutes.
Yay.
And then for Kurt Fosso's class...
but you're not reading Pride and Prejudice.
We're fucking done with Pride and Prejudice.
Awesome.
So my homework is much more tolerable now. Yeah. Not that I even actually read Pride and Prejudice. I just spark noted it. The spark notes of Pride and Prejudice are still tedious. Oh my god, I wanted to tear out my brainstem reading those things.
I really like that Snapchat you sent me where you like drew like someone dying on the front of the Pride and Prejudice book with the Snapchat drawing function. That was really adorable because I never see you draw anything ever, so I actually really appreciated that.
I don't really ever use my very limited artistic abilities.
I still have a letter that you sent me in freshman year around Christmas time, like right after we first met. That was actually kind of sweet and silly in the drawings. It was like a stickman slug and like a stickman like something else talking to each other.
They were sort of like Edward Gorey-ish.
Yeah, and that was really cool. I actually really like that.
Yeah, no, like that's about the only thing I can competently draw is weird little Edward Gorey-ish things.
Yeah.
Which I don't really ever do that much. The other thing that I do like when I'm taking notes in class, I don't doodle like you doodle. I won't like make a picture or a drawing or anything.
Yeah.
But especially since I've been doing Middle English, I'll draw like crosses in different styles.
Yeah.
In different ways. Or like sometimes I'll just randomly draw like different weaponry. Like I'll draw a sword and then an axe and then like a bow or no. And I doodle strangely.
My doodles and my notebook paper lately have been getting more and more abstract. I think thanks because my senior project was a large abstract piece with lots of little representational bits as opposed to the other way around. So I've been thinking a lot more about space and abstract and color and gesture and things lately. So I've been drawing a lot more of it in my doodles.
How's your thesis thing going, by the way?
Oh, it's done. I just need to fix the corners and buy some magnets.
Okay.
Yeah. Go to the senior show if you're at LC.
When is that?
April. The opening is April 3rd. Friday night,
cool.
like 5 p.m.
Oh my god, that's the day that my honors thesis is due.
Yeah.
That'll be a perfect, like, I'll turn it in, and then I'll go to your art show.
Yeah, cool.
Excellent.
Send me Snapchats, please, because I'm not going to be there.
Wait, where are you going to be?
In Seattle for SakuraCon.
Ah,
yeah, terrible timing,
right.
Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't have just skipped?
Con?
Yeah.
No, I have to run it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I'm the chaperone, quote-unquote, this year.
The president / chaperone.
Like I was locked into running this thing for months before I knew what the date of the show was going to be, which is deeply unfortunate. It's like, oh well, there's nothing we can do. Just can't go. Great. Which is, I didn't get to go to the I barely got to go to the opening of the other one too. So I was like, this is. But I digress. Did we ever define superheroes? Do we want to go back to attempting to define superheroes? Okay, yeah, fuck it.
Because I think superhero movies is, at least to me, is it a Marvel movie?
Yeah.
Okay. I probably won't like it.
Yeah, but why? They're so fun and colorful and witty.
I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of that sort of stuff for some reason. Or like I watched Guardians of the Galaxy a few months ago.
Yeah.
And like I watched it with Anna, and Anna is super like, she's really into that sort of movie. She really liked it. And she was like, "Oh my God, wasn't it awesome?" And I was like, "Yeah, it was cool."
Yeah, okay.
And Talking Raccoon, sort of one-dimensional characters all the way through. Okay.
Okay. See, I don't know how people. What the fuck is a one-dimensional character, Kevin? What do you mean when you say that? Because I don't know. I don't know anymore. I really 100% just don't know anymore.
Think of a character that has a lot of depth. Think of a character that goes through a lot of transformations, has a lot of conflicts, has to wrestle with a lot of ideas.
They don't exist.
Yes,
the things
they do.
that come close, Zuko from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Yeah, Zuko is a very three-dimensional character. Zuko has a lot of conflict. He has a lot of deep, meaningful conflict that he struggles with through the entire series, and he changes a lot.
Yeah.
Like, watching the first episode of Avatar and seeing that Zuko, so vastly different from Zuko in the finale.
Yeah.
The other thing is that Zuko has a complex backstory.
Yeah.
He has deep running motivation. He has a lot of feelings and stuff going on within him. A one-dimensional character, if Zuko was one-dimensional, his motivation would always be honor.
Yeah.
He wouldn't ever think about it. He wouldn't reevaluate it. A one-dimensional Zuko would be, Ra, I have to capture the Avatar. Ra, I have to capture the Avatar. A one-dimensional character does not change. A one-dimensional character...
That's not true. Because there are characters who do not change who are very complicated, like Toph, actually.
That's true. No, I'm not saying that that characters who don't change aren't complicated.
Yeah.
I'm saying that a one-dimensional character is someone who is both not complicated and doesn't change.
Okay.
A lot of villains are one-dimensional characters. Ra, I want to take over the world. But why? And then most of them have a pretty shitty reason for it. Some of them, like Zahir in Korra Book 3, that's a really good villain. That's a very well-thought-out, well-reasoned, well-motivated villain. Versus, the Fire Lord. The Fire Lord...
Ozai.
Ozai is a very one-dimensional villain.
He's Darth Vader.
I want to take over the world. Yeah. Why, Ozai? It's for the best of the world. It's my destiny. It's the Fire Nation. The Fire Nation is the best.
The actual reason is because he's evil.
Yeah, that's exactly what a one-dimensional character is. When you can say, "Oh, he's doing that because he's evil."
Yeah.
Oh, he's doing that because he's good. That's a one-dimensional character. I don't like those characters.
Okay.
And
And you don't think that Rocket Raccoon is more? How did I phrase that? You think that Rocket Raccoon is a one-dimensional character?
No,
because he's a raccoon with a big gun.
No, I'm not saying that he's entirely a one-dimensional character. I'm just saying that he's a shitty character. I'm sorry.
Really?
Rocket Raccoon and Groot, I think, are kind of shitty characters. Because Groot's whole thing is, I am Groot. Like, oh, ha ha ha, he said I am Groot. I am Groot. He said it again.
Really not funny to you?
It's funny,
like... it has amazing comedic timing. Like, just... the articulation of the jokes is really good, and that's just seriously 100% just not funny to you.
No, it isn't 100% not funny to me. It is funny to me.
Yeah.
I am Groot. That's funny.
Okay.
It's funny once or twice. When it's still funny the whole way throughout the movie. But when it becomes what the character is, when the character is just that shtick and that joke.
But what about all those scenes where he like gives a little like growing flower to a kid, or like he like shields them from death, or he like is more like quiet and just sort of like playing with the environment, and he has this like childlike animation to him? None of that counts as characterization to you? It's just his phrase?
No, that does count as characterization to me. I'm just discounting that a little bit because I know that's probably
that's fucking
shitty.
heresy. Why are you saying that?
That's probably kind of shitty of me. No, I mean I do think that is valid characterization, and I think you're right. Again, he isn't a totally one-dimensional character. He's not just his joke shtick, but I feel like, and I can't properly describe exactly why it is, but for some reason I just feel like a lot of the characters in the Marvel universe are just kind of cheap.
Cheap?
Yeah, I don't really know how to describe it in any other terms. It's just that, you know, yeah, sure, they've got some sort of motivation or characterization, but it's not particularly complex or deep. You know, it could be. It's I don't know. There's something about it. There's something about it which just I can't articulate well at all.
Is
obviously.
it because they communicate their feelings and emotions through humor as opposed to speeches about their motivations?
No, it's not that.
Okay. Because Guardians of the Galaxy was very... You didn't learn about the characters through, like, exposition in a way. You learned about it through the punchlines, which I thought was incredibly well done with the story. Okay. I
don't know. I think I also just am immediately turned off by like big fantastical, oh my god, we have to save the galaxy. You know, shit like that.
But you liked Lord of the Rings.
Sort of.
I
mean, see, my barrier to access with basically all sci-fi fantasy is how fucking ridiculous a lot of it is with, we have to save the galaxy. It's so... I mean, not that I think sci-fi fantasy should be insanely realistic. I'm not into it. I'm not into the whole we have to save the galaxy thing.
I mean, fair enough.
I feel like, at least for me personally, that always seems like a really gimmicky, cheap route to, oh yeah, they're doing it because they have to save the galaxy. You know.
Yeah, but I'm gonna say that the ones who do that well are the ones that focus more. Like, saving the world isn't a meaning. Is like, I guess it can be. It's it's not the point. Like, I want to say Avatar is a good example of that, or it's literally just an excuse plot to explore a really well thought out like set of characters and a world.
I totally agree. Or Star Wars, for example, that's a sci-fi movie I can totally get behind. Because
how is that different? They also save the galaxy in Star Wars.
Oh, they definitely save the galaxy.
Yeah.
I'm saying I can look past the saving the galaxy part.
Okay.
Because there's good characterization.
Okay.
Because they've got, you know, and it's not just good characterization. The writing is good, the directing is good, the acting... Well, I mean, the acting is sort of okay.
Harsh.
I mean, no one's going to say that Mark Hamill is, like, an amazing actor. By that same token, he's not a shitty actor either. He's pretty good.
I would say he's an amazing actor because he voiced the Joker.
I think he has aged very well. I think he's gotten better with age.
Yeah.
He's like a fine wine.
Mark Hamill is a fine wine.
Or a good cheese. Yeah, he gets better with age.
Cheesy Hamills. But I don't know. I see like Guardians of the Galaxy specifically is doing a lot of things that Star Wars did, except it's funnier. The one thing I don't like about it, which is very, very minor, is that all of it's CG. But that's like, it does look really, really good despite that. And there's a lot of practical shit in there too.
I think also, and this probably also makes me sort of a shitty human, but I am a little bit suspicious of a lot of comedy. Like,
really?
I think to me, sometimes a lot of comedy, what that signifies, what I read from, there's a lot of jokes in this, is they must be hiding some deficiency with it. If there are this many jokes, it can't actually be a good movie without the jokes.
How do you like things if you don't like humor in your movies?
See, I do
it's so important to me when some things are funny. What's wrong with being funny? It's just
there's nothing
funny.
wrong with being funny. See, I think there's I think this is the other thing. There's a particular type of humor in superhero movies that I just don't connect with as well. Whereas a movie like Good Will Hunting, the paragon of movies, in my opinion, has plenty of humor, but it's of a very different sort of strain.
Okay. Do you think Archer is funny?
Yes.
Okay.
I love Archer. I think it's insanely
also
funny.
I don't. I watch it anyway sometimes, but I these are all very stupid jokes. This is dumb. This is not well written.
See,
and I have never thought that it's well written, but I guess that's just an accessibility thing or something. Because I'm just I don't get it. Why is it funny that these are awful human beings taking advantage of each other?
And I think that's why I think it goes the other way for me, where I find Archer extremely funny, and I for some reason just don't connect with the humor in Guardians of the Galaxy or Iron Man or whatever.
Really? Even Iron Man 1? The movie was damn funny.
I actually, yeah. Iron Man was a good, funny movie.
Yeah.
But, I mean, just in general, though, I think the Marvel flavor of humor I'm not super into. I'm definitely into humor.
I can tell. You listen to a lot of stand-up comedy.
Oh, I listen to a shit ton of stand-up comedy and watch a lot of funny shows, Archer included.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I guess it's just that there's a particular... Not that there's a particular type of comedy that I like, but there's one or two particular types of comedy that I just sort of don't like.
Yeah.
And I can't
bet there's
really
someone out there who's written
why.
long, theatrical essays about this that can explain it better than we can.
Yeah,
but
totally.
But
in the meantime...
Using big words hurts you.
Oh, shit. That wasn't as loud as it should have been.
I bet people could hear it anyway.
The land of technical difficulties.
Using big words hurts you.
There we go. That sounds louder.
Are you sure? You don't want to play it again?
No, I think I'll be good. Hold on, let me pick. So, like I alluded to earlier, this is a special big word segment because Colin has chosen the big words for me, which I might add off of the same website that I usually do it for him. So, either way, these are Colin's big words for me. Hit me with the first word.
Are you ready for this sick-ass jam? Your first word is dacnomania.
Dacnomania. Can you spell that for me, please?
Dacnomania.
Could you use that in a sentence, please?
Archer has dacnomania.
Mania about daiquiris? No.
Even is that a drink?
Yeah.
I swear that's a drink.
That is a drink.
All right.
A daiquiri is a rum and fruit drink. It's really good, actually. I think you would like it. Dacno, because Dac is something about fingers, like dactyl, but it's not dactyl, it's Dacno.
Yeah, Dacno.
Dacno. I have no idea what the fucking root is for that, so I'm just going to stick with my mania about daiquiris.
It's obsession with killing.
Obsession with killing.
Obsession with killing.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your second word is wallfish.
Could you spell that for me, please?
Wallfish.
This is going to be fucking strange. I don't even want to guess because it's going to be nothing like whatever I say. I just know. Fuck me. It's not fish on a wall. There's no way it's fish on a wall. There's no way it's fish that are somehow adhered to a wall.
Actually, kinda, but I mean, you have to stretch the definition of it. Yeah. Sometimes people will have wallfish in aquariums in their apartments.
Oh, fake fish that they put on the side of the things so they look real?
No.
Fuck, what is it?
It's a snail.
What?
Yeah, it's a snail. You know, with like a shell.
That's not a technical term for the snail, though. That's just like a colloquial way.
It
right?
was on the website that you sent me.
That's fucking weird.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm 0 for 2.
Okay. The next word is tauromorphous. Tauromorphous.
I know taro means bull. So tauromorphous means something like, well, it's not of or pertaining to bulls. I know that much, but it's something that looks like a bull or something that can.
It's bull shaped.
Okay. Yeah.
Something shaped like a bull,
Okay.
which is oddly specific.
Yeah.
The next one is a fun word. I like this word. Palanquin or palanquin.
Palanquin.
Maybe.
The thing that like nobles are carried around in through the.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, I know that word. Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, you have 2. Now this is also a fun one that I do enjoy partaking in myself. Palzogony.
Palzogony.
Palzogony. Palzogony.
The end of that sounds like the suffix for like monogamy.
Yeah,
all
it
that,
does.
all that. But
How about that?
It isn't. It is Palzogony with an ny.
Yeah, ny, not my. Palzogony. It could be similar.
Palzogony. Can you use that in a sentence?
Yeah, I can. Jaime and Cersei Lannister enjoy partaking in palzogony.
Not incest.
No, it doesn't mean incest.
Okay.
Before Jaime rides to war.
See, now I'm just thinking about incest.
Damn it. Okay.
Fucking.
So Princess Leia and Han Solo are totally having some palzogony inside that giant serpent thing.
Sex? Is
No,
it just sex?
it does not just mean
Wait,
sex.
inside the giant serpent thing.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
Empire Strikes Back when they're on the meteor and there's like that giant worm and they land in the giant worm.
What?
When was the last time you saw the 5th Star Wars movie?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking about the trash compactor scene for a minute.
No.
They engage in palzogony.
Yeah.
Being friendly. I don't know.
It means foreplay.
Foreplay.
Or love playing.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Next time. Huh.
You're 2 for 5.
Palzogony.
And I'm out of words.
Okay. Palzogony means foreplay. That's really interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Next time Adassa and I are like...
Oh my god. You just had to take it there, didn't you?
I'll be like, hey baby, wanna partake in some palzogony?
That's how I flirt with people all the time. It's like, hey, random stranger, I like palzogony. Do you like palzogony?
Especially when you say it emphasizing the Z like that, palzogony. Yeah, I'm sure that works a lot
Sounds like a
for
pizza
you.
topping when you do that.
Palzogony.
Palzogony. Ah, Luigi.
Get it at Tallarica's. Yeah, I'll have a slice with extra palzogony.
Although I always have wanted to go into a pizza parlor dressed as Mario.
Mario doesn't actually do anything pizza related though, does he?
No, he's
ever?
more of a spaghetti stereotype kind of guy.
Yeah. I remember listening to an interview with the guy who voiced Mario.
Oh, Charles Martinet. Awesome.
Yeah. And because they just did like open voice auditions and said, okay, here's the character design. It's an Italian guy, mustache, overalls. He's a plumber. And apparently, Charles, whatever his last name is,
Martinet,
said that like most of the other guys who went in there did like a stereotypical like American Italian like Brooklyn guy, like get the plumbing done, and sort of like a gangster Italian voice. But Charles Martinet was like, well, this is going to be a video game for kids, presumably, so I'm just going to do a ridiculous, sort of fun Italian accent and did the Mario voice.
Yeah.
Like immediately. Apparently there wasn't any workshopping of it or any like focus groups to figure it out or anything. He just sort of on the spot came up with the Mario voice.
That's cool.
And they were like, that's perfect. That's exactly what we want.
Yeah.
And we weren't even looking for that. You know?
I love it when that happens.
Yeah, that's great.
Oh, that's great.
George
Martinet is a fucking charming human being. Oh my god.
Yeah, he is. He also voiced Parthenax in Skyrim.
Yeah.
Which is super weird to be talking to Parthenax, who, for those of you who have no idea who this is, it's a big fucking dragon. It's like an old dragon.
He sounds like this.
Yeah, basically.
And then he just transitions to, it's a Luigi.
Yeah, to hear that next to that is weird.
Have you heard Parthenax's Japanese voice?
What? No.
Because it's really, like, it sounds like Japanese 007, if my memory, like, recalls. Like this suave, smooth, like, baritone Japanese man.
So disca.
Yeah, like, okonomiyaki, except, like, even more, like, getting into your pants sensual. But it's a giant lizard.
I feel like a lot. I mean, maybe this is going to sound slightly racist, but par for the course.
So it's going to be racist, basically.
Yeah,
because
probably.
you prefaced it by saying it's probably going to sound racist.
Yeah, it's probably racist. But
what is your racist comment, Kevin? Just so we have it out in the way.
I feel like a lot of Japanese things are just like slightly sexualized anyway.
That's not racist. That's true.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, like, have you been to Japan?
No,
you haven't.
I actually haven't.
If you can put a sexy bikini-clad woman on a product in Japan, they will do it. There's like coffee that just has like boobies on it, and like mouse pads, and like cafes.
For such a like sex-crazed nation, the censorship laws surrounding pornography are kind of weird. Then
I don't get that either. But yeah, you're right. It's like no. Yeah, well. Okay, so Japan is interesting in a way that I can't possibly describe because I didn't grow up there, but that just sort of happened where like tentacles came out of censorship because people couldn't draw penises. Like there's some weird censorship things that led to weird workarounds. There's a lot of girls in bikinis because it's harder to show like nipples and vajujis and cock boobs.
Cock boobs?
Cock boobs, yeah. Are you just going to let that derail the entire conversation?
Yes, I am going to let it derail the entire conversation.
I wish I hadn't said that because that would have actually been a perfect punchline if I just hadn't said anything. So I regret having made that comment. It's like, oh, damn it. Your comedic timing was better than mine.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. Alternatively, what I could have said instead of derailing it with a wonderful rendition of George Michael, what I could have said was,
stop the show.
I'm going to kill you.
But I didn't.
Please. Just, please.
You're welcome.
Please. You know how much those hurt me? Just.
Ahoy, hoy.
Why, Kevin? Why? Why can't we have nice conversations instead of soundbite conversations?
It's the TBTL official soundboard, though. It's marsupialgurgle.com.
We've stolen enough from them already. Can we stop stealing other things, too?
I mean, I guess. Fine. Sure. Jesus Christ.
Bet the mic didn't pick that up.
It did. No,
fuck.
I heard it in my headphones.
Awkward.
The
God, I want a pint of ice
epitome
cream right now.
Professionalism. God, me too. Although lactose intolerance.
Yeah,
No,
I'm sorry
thank
about
you.
that.
I mean, it's fine.
Here, how about we just like sock you in the gut And then you'll already be in pain, so it won't make any difference.
Actually, that might not be a bad coping mechanism for you.
It's like eat a pint of ice cream and then go boxing or something. You won't feel it anyway because you'll be beaten up.
You know what I've really been craving lately is like a lot of fruit.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about spring that always makes me be like fruit crazed.
I know. They had bananas in the cafeteria tonight for the first time in like 3 weeks. So I stole 4 of them by hiding them in my armpits.
Yeah.
It was great.
Cool.
Now we have bananas in our room again.
Kiwis. I just remember
I want
kiwis.
some good kiwis. Ooh.
Yeah, like when I was really young, my family was poor enough to the point where buying a kiwi was kind of a luxury, and I didn't understand how money worked. So every week when we went to the grocery store, I would always ask, "Hey, can we get a kiwi?" And my parents would always be like, "No, next week." So eventually, when when we had saved up enough money to buy kiwis, it was like fucking Christmas. Oh my God, I loved kiwis. I think they're still my favorite fruit.
Really juicy, ripe, like Eastern Washington nectarines are my favorite fruit.
Yeah,
like,
that
as
too.
you're driving to Spokane across like the giant wheat fields from Seattle, just like stopping at like a local like roadside stand and buying like a nice nectarine, it's just like or apples.
Rainier cherries.
Rainier
cherries. There's a woman, I may have even talked about this on the show, but there's a woman who has like an RV, and for a few weeks during the summer, she always sets up her RV in front of a Fred Meyer, like in Mill Creek.
Yeah, you have talked about this on the show before.
And we just call her the cherry lady because she'll sell you like a fucking plastic grocery bag full of cherries for $10.
That's awesome.
So cheap, and they're amazing. They're so good. Oh man.
In the winter I spend all my money on video games, and in the summer I spend all my money on fruit.
Yeah, no, I know.
And video games because Steam sale.
I mean, I always spend all my money on food for the most part, which I feel pretty good about that decision most of the time, though, because I have delicious food.
Yeah, you do.
Like tonight, I made red beans and rice.
Ah, that's wonderful.
Yeah, which involved... I've never done this before, but you can just buy a smoked ham hock. Just like already smoked, already hocked.
Yeah.
Already hammed. And you can just buy it and like put it in your stuff and make it taste good.
That's cool.
So I did that, and it was really good.
Wonderful.
Yeah. That story had no point to it.
No, but it's Snapchats from the life of Kevin. Snapchats from the life of Colin. Aaron and I have been playing the remake of the first Resident Evil game the past
How's that been
2
going?
days. I love that game so goddamn much.
What even is the deal with Resident Evil 1?
Oh, the first one? Well, the first one came out in 96, but then in 2002, the first game was remade for the GameCube with, like, amazing nice, because like the first game was like, it's a PlayStation 1 game, it looks awful,
right?
But then the new version looks amazing, and it still looks amazing, and it was made 13 years ago.
Like it holds up.
Yeah, like we've been playing it, it looks really good. Like part of that is because it still uses the pre-rendered backgrounds, and you're like some of the tank controls with the fixed camera angles, and it gets a little, you have to get used to playing it because of that,
right?
But the upside is the backgrounds look fucking phenomenal because they don't have to move, so they have really, really high like image quality to them.
Right.
The lighting is amazing. The shots are amazing. The atmosphere. The atmosphere is like just the best survival horror atmosphere I've ever played in.
Really?
Partially, I think, because of those camera angles. Like even Amnesia is not quite as good as like the sheer inherent terror, because Amnesia you can still look around and have control over the camera, whereas Resident Evil 1 you don't. And I think that actually makes it scarier. Makes it harder to play, but it does definitely make it more
harder
intense
to
and
play
fearful.
does equal scarier sometimes,
Yeah.
though. I think that's actually an important element, is the difficulty of it.
Yeah.
But wait, so you're saying that you like Resident Evil 1 better than Amnesia?
Probably, yeah.
Wow.
That's
a big claim.
I know, right? I love Amnesia: The Dark Descent too.
Yeah.
And the something about the setting too. It's like this one.
Where is it set?
It's set in a mansion, like just a single mansion, in the woods that's filled with zombies. And the mansion itself is just so detailed, and every room is memorable. And it's like, It's like this, the size of a mansion. It's like built like a mansion that you would walk around in.
Right.
Although more intricate with like vials and things all over the place, and there's like zombie hellhounds chasing you, and zombies and chaser zombies and big toad creatures and things. But there's not actually that many enemies, so you're like mostly just wandering through these dark atmospheric hallways as music just terrorizes you from the background and gets under your skin, and it's amazing atmosphere. It's not, we've been playing on easy mode, so it hasn't been too hard as of yet. But like, oh my god, there's just the voice acting is pretty bad, and the acting is pretty bad. But that's not what you play the game for. You play the game for being this character thrown into this completely unknown situation, having to piece everything together, and like putting all the things back in one piece. And it's just like, sure, you have a gun and you can kill the zombies, but it's really hard because they take like 6-7 shots each, and you can't actually aim at their heads like you can in like FPSs or anything.
Oh, really?
So it's like it's intense, and you only have so many bullets, and it's like there's like there's like micromanagement like stuff in there, like item inventories, because you only have 8 slots in your inventory. And there's like dozens and dozens and dozens of items and key items in the game. And you have to manage, and it's all this like fearful, like wandering around making sure you have enough stuff and saving, and saves are limited. You don't have unlimited saves. And it's just like the whole thing is just paranoia upon paranoia on paranoia. Like last night we and it's just, oh my god, I watched a video by Jim Sterling. He does this show called The Jimquisition on YouTube, which I think is actually a pretty insightful video game commentary kind of thing. He also pretends to be a fascist dictator, which is his review shtick, which I think is really funny and endearing. But basically he was saying that one of the things that like you kind of do with the setting is like, because it's small, because it isn't big and open world and expansive, because it's a small, intimate setting, every single room, hallway, corner, and detail is immensely rendered, polished, and just balanced with itself. And it's like, it's a beautiful, beautiful, amazingly delicious small piece of cake, as opposed to like a giant bag of chips, which is like a giant open world game like GTA 5 or something, where it's like there's a lot of stuff, but none of it is very well done. I mean, I haven't played GTA 5, so what am I saying? But this is the kind of thing where it's like everything is different, nothing is the same, and just as you get like, Aaron and I have been playing for like 4 hours now total in the game, and we've gotten pretty familiar with this, like the 3 floors of the mansion that we've been able to explore so far. We fought a giant snake, we fought like a redheaded super zombie that was in a coffin suspended from a ceiling, and just when we're like, all right, we're kind of comfortable here, it's not as scary, the back door to the mansion opens up, and the next area is a courtyard leading into this spooky fucking forest through like pathways and like with like weather vanes with like heads on them and like graveyards, and like we wandered all the way into this back of this forest, and you can still see the mansion in the background, and wandered into this shack, like, oh, it's a shack in the woods, and then like this fucking like this woman with like manacles on her hands and like 6 faces all like soldered into each other, like just stumbles around the corner and just like, ah! And the jump scares are really good too. They're not scary enough to be like, ah, but they're like, they startle you. It's really startling. It's like lull, lull, boom, lull, lull, boom. It's just like, the pacing is, I'm sorry, I love this game. I really love this game.
Wow.
Yeah,
I kind
really
of want to like play this with you guys now.
Yeah, we're gonna beat it. Like we both are really into it now, so we're dedicated. Like we're getting through this thing, and it's not that long a game. I think you can beat it in like 12 hours ish.
Wow.
It's not long, so come on over. It'll be fun. We'll have a Resident Evil party.
That's great.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking about games, do you want to talk about D&D?
Yeah. We didn't have a session this week.
Oh, you didn't?
So we didn't do anything. Go on. What's your D&D story?
Well, so last week, did we even talk about D&D last week? I don't remember.
I think we did. Maybe.
Okay.
My memory's a little bit fuzzy.
Well, last week on last week in my campaign, what happened was they had to find this escaped convict. Basically, he skipped out on his bail, and had a court date and everything. So they were just doing a bounty hunting mission, basically. Not where they were killing him though. And it turns out the guy was a druid. And he was sort of an activist for druidic rights, because druids in my universe are kind of the equivalent of Jewish people in terms of the dwarves basically had a huge genocide of all druids very recently, but have been trying to be much better about it, basically.
Dwarves have been doing that a lot recently in our little D&D campaigns. He killed the druids, he killed the orcs. Who's next?
Yeah, no, the dwarves are the dwarves are very sort of power hungry in a lot of ways. Regardless, so they tracked him down to a secret society where Carmela, Adas's character, was able to enter because she is a druid. It was a druid society only, and they basically convinced him to come out by appealing to his social justice leanings. But this week, Benoit contacted the group via letter, and it was sort of an encoded letter. It wasn't very encoded, but it had like a few bits. And basically told them there is a financial officer working for the Church of St. Cuthbert that I need to talk to. He doesn't want to talk to me at all. In fact, he doesn't even know I'm here. So you need to, without anyone knowing, bring him to this abandoned metalworking warehouse by any means necessary, and any means necessary are underlined in his note.
Ominous.
So the group does that by, it turns out that the guy they're trying to capture is an ornithologist, bird watcher, and he's really into that. Yeah. So Carmela, the druid, turned herself into a really rare bird and distracted him, while Ryu came up from behind him and clonked him over the head with a big rock.
Classic. That's funny.
And then they dragged him to the warehouse where Benoit appeared out of the shadows, and he was cloaked all in black, and he tied the guy to a chair. And as they are leaving, Benoit takes out a razor and starts to cut at this guy's face. Shallow cuts.
That's
just in a
scary
place or two.
And kind of torture-y.
And they were about to leave when Carmela decided she was going to say something to Benoit. She's like, "Hey, what are you doing? What's going on?" And Benoit's like, "He's not talking. This is the only way to get him to talk." And Carmela is like, "Well, tell us what's really going on here." And Benoit's like, "I don't know if I can trust you completely."
Did it turn into sex?
No.
Sounds like it's turning into sex.
Carmela's like, "Well, you better tell us." And Benoit's like, "Well, come here." So
You're
Carmela,
not dissuading my presumptions.
I know. So Carmela comes over. Benoit hands her a wrench. He's like, "If you want me to trust you, take this wrench and break this guy's hand with it."
Jesus Christ.
And Carmela's like, "No, I'm good, thanks." Benoit's like, "I'll talk to you later. I'll send instructions in a letter later." But
Benoit be going a little cuckoo on the cuckoo.
Yeah, a little bit. He's getting there. Not that any of my fuck it. None of my players are actually going to be listening to this episode. My plan basically is that Benoit in the next week or two is going to be very visibly sort of crazy.
Yeah.
That he's sort of being not possessed or anything. He's still very much Benoit. He's not being possessed by any sort of demon. It's just that he thinks the Church of St. Cuthbert is being controlled by a crazy cult, and that it's his sole duty to exorcise the entire church and bring it back to St. Cuthbert. And he will.
So he's becoming a Knights Templar.
Yeah, he will have pretty much gone crazy, and the group is going to slowly sort of figure this out.
That's cool. Also scary. Also dedicated of you to make your player character go mad.
Yeah.
Taking a leaf from my book.
I'm envisioning that eventually they're probably going to have to fight Benoit.
Ooh, that's cool. Fight the player characters.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should still have a massive crossover.
I've been thinking about that, yeah.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
To just for one session all get together and have everyone meet. I don't know how we would between the two of us work out the DMing.
We could just give it to Lydia.
No, because Lydia's a player character.
Yeah, Lydia has to be Urag.
I mean,
I want to do it. I mean, I know you want to do it too, but I want to do it. We both have to do it. How would we do it?
We could talk about this.
Yeah.
I mean, it would probably involve a little bit more planning than I usually do.
Yeah, that's true.
So we would probably have to sit down and like talk it out. But
Yeah.
I think it would be cool, and it probably wouldn't be a super serious campaign or anything. It would
Yeah.
just be like a one-off. Like, like those old episodes where the Jetsons meet the Flintstones, or, that sort of bullshit. It would be like one of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that's what's been happening in D&D for me this week. Not very exciting, but, well, actually, no, kind of exciting.
No, that is pretty exciting, Kevin. I'm excited by that.
Yeah, it's,
Very excited.
Eric was swamped with homework, so he wasn't really able to make it today, and then Natalie got a call from her mom. So basically, it was just Adassa and Anna in the session today.
Nah. Hence why no, roguish skullduggery occurred in your story.
Yeah, basically.
God, if our teams met up, we'd have 2 rogues in like the same. Wait, what? Isn't Eric also a rogue?
Well, Eric is multi-classing. He's a rogue / sorcerer.
Okay. Melchior's that. What the fuck?
Yeah.
All right.
Here's well, I mean,
except Melchior's totally not a rogue. He just has lots of skill points in roguiness.
The other thing is that Eric's character is heavily based in illusion magic.
Yeah.
He's basically sort of an old-timey con man.
Yeah.
Just think of it like that.
Okay.
The other interesting thing I just thought about, if we did have our 2 groups meet.
Yeah.
You're running a campaign in 5, aren't you? In the 5th edition?
Yeah.
I'm running mine in 3.5.
Oh, right.
We'd have to house rule the hell out of one or both of them.
Yeah.
So they fit together.
Yeah. We can make it happen.
We can make it work.
Yeah.
We can talk more about this definitely.
Yeah.
Over burritos or something.
Yeah, I love burritos.
Yeah, we need to go back to I think it was called Acapulco.
I don't know, Mexican place.
Yeah, that one Mexican place in Multnomah Village, because you got, what was the name of that burrito?
It's like burrito, like a bomber or something like that.
Yeah,
some vaguely militaristic name for a food.
Some vaguely or fairly
fascistically vaguely.
Fishistically? Wallfish?
Yes, Kevin. Wallfish. I'm going to start calling people wallfish now.
You wallfish.
You wallfish rube.
Yeah, tell me how that goes.
I don't think people will take my insults very seriously. Not that they do in the first place anyway.
Not that you really insult people very much anyway.
No, I really don't.
I don't think I've ever heard you insult anyone.
Like, seriously? Nah, I usually don't.
I mean, not like to their face. I've definitely heard you insult people like when they're not around, but like.
Oh yeah, but then they deserved it.
But like, who the fuck doesn't do that?
Yeah.
I mean, I've always thought like, you know how so many people are like, oh, I don't talk about people behind their back, or like, oh, don't trust someone who talks about people behind their back, or there's such a stigma about talking shit about someone when they're not around. I would rather have people talk shit about me when I wasn't around.
Yeah.
Instead of have people talk shit about me when I am around.
Yeah.
I'd much rather them keep their like disdain for me to themselves. That would be great. That'd be great if I never heard about it and they just secretly, quietly like were annoyed with me. That would be awesome.
Yeah. I think that's more focused on like social controls on people or something than actually like just like, man, like for example, like, God, did you hear about Kevin? He had really bad gas in class today. Like, who the fuck cares if you say that?
Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't care. I mean, maybe you would. I don't know.
Nah.
Your farts are fairly unstinky, but like. Do you remember when we lived together?
God damn it, don't remind me. You are the most gaseous human being
I still
imaginable.
am, dude. It
No, I
change.
know. I know. Yeah. But no, I guess there is sort of a difference between, oh yeah, Colin was really farting up a storm in class today.
Yeah.
And Colin is like the most, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like an actual serious like
maybe if we
you
all
insult.
pretend to be dicks to him, he'll stop being friends with us. Titter, titter, titter. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, because like I understand the don't talk behind people's backs about like super gossipy, like, oh my god, did you hear about so and so? She did this to this person, and oh my god, I hate her because of this. Like that sort of gossipy bullshit. No, thank you. But like, I feel like there's a fine line to be.
If you can't talk about your gripes with your friends, with your other friends, then what kind of friends are you anyway?
Right, exactly. I mean, I love the sentiment of if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. But that's both impossible and just not fun. It really isn't. It's not fun. It's fun to complain about shit. It's fun to say mean things sometimes.
Yeah, it is.
When there's no consequences.
Which is why people are consistently shocked when I just say genuinely scathing things about people sometimes.
No, I mean, I'm not saying like being a dick is fun. I mean, being a dick is kind of fun. Let's be real.
Like when you pretend you don't know what mini golf is just to get under your friend's skin.
Or like basically all of freshman year when I was just such a dick to everyone because I could. I still don't really exactly know why.
I don't really remember that. I mean, I kind of do. You've definitely opened up as a human being since then.
Oh, fuck yeah. I mean, India helped.
Yeah, as you do.
No, I just think that, like, as sort of well-intentioned as the whole, if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it at all. As well-intentioned as that is, I think there's also something of, like, a moral superiority tinge to it. There's, like, I'm better than you because I don't say things behind people's... Fuck you, then. Like, I don't give a shit.
I haven't even heard that phrase since I was in, like, elementary school.
Yeah,
I don't know how relevant it actually is to our lives anymore.
I don't know. I still hear that sometimes.
Really?
I mean, yeah. Well, because, like, that's sort of an important thing to take into consideration. Like, in Buddhism, you're supposed to be, like, a totally... Well, I mean, not you're actually supposed to be, but a lot of people think and a lot of people sort of practice to the point where they're, like, a perfectly squeaky clean person all the time. And I just that just rings of such fake bullshit to me that I don't even...
Yeah, sometimes. But then there are people out there like David Jenkins who mean it like 100%.
Yeah,
and those people are like angels or something.
Those people are great. I guess my point is I'm not one of those people.
Yeah, and you don't want to like... I mean,
and I don't want to fake it. I don't want to fake being one of those people just because, like, social reasons.
Yeah, I'm going to get really fucking real on you for a second because I was actually thinking the same thing. You know what I hate? When I'm hella depressed and people are like, just smile.
I fucking hate that too. Right? Oh my god! Like I had a friend like that.
Just be happy, Colin. I'm like, no, fuck you. I want to stab a deer.
Yeah,
not that I actually do, but
I had a friend like that in high school who was just unflappable. She was always happy, and when I'd be like feeling down or like I struggled with a lot of depression in high school, and when I'd be depressed, she'd be like, "Oh, just be happy." I'm like, "Fuck you. Fuck you. That's not real advice." That's not that doesn't help at all. That just makes me feel bad for feeling bad.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I think that this is a really cool thing that Adassa taught me. I don't know if this is like a technical psychological like counselor thing or whether this is just like one of her things, but like when you do feel that way, just let yourself feel that way. Feel the feel and it'll actually pass much quicker and feel much better.
Yeah.
And I've been trying that like in the past months and almost year actually, and it really helps actually to just be like, you know what? I'm depressed. That's okay. I'm going to feel this feel and then I'll be better eventually. But,
the issue I get, the tizzy I get into, the knot in my panties, so to speak, is that I always end up fighting those emotions.
Yeah,
and
I know.
I get into huge like mental scrapes with my own emotions, and that does not make things go by like well at all. That just makes it worse.
It's very difficult to figure out what exactly to do in that sort of situation because as much as you want to fight depression, you also don't want to give into it and accept it. I mean, there's such a weird sort of mashup of coping that just still mystifies me to this day. I've been dealing with depression for like 6 or 7 years. I still don't exactly know how the fuck to describe my process for it or what to do with it. I just kind of deal with it. Like,
yeah, I feel that. I feel that real hard.
It's strange, but yeah.
One of the things I was talking to about my depression peeps is like, because when I have to deal with like shit like that, it's just like, fuck, what the hell was I about to say? Hold on, I looked at Black Santa over there in the corner, and all thought just left my mind. I was like, I was about to say something actually important and meaningful to my life existence. God damn it, what was that? Oh, it's gonna bug the shit out of me. Something about. What the fuck was that?
What, this?
That's so funny. What is that, a turkey?
Yeah, it's a gobble. It's just a gobble.
Is that a person making a turkey noise?
I don't know.
Okay, stop.
I think
it's not funny anymore. I am Groot. Oh my god.
I've gone mad with power. Sorry. It's just so well timed.
And with that, everybody, good night.
It's titled The Fail Party Horn. I actually really like that one too.
You've heard anti-concerts, right? Because that's what that sound just reminded me of.
Yeah, I
Where
have.
people like will intentionally shittily play "Thus Spake Zarathustra," and it's just like, I love shit like that. Brr, brr, brr.
Speaking of really bad music, this requires a little bit of a preface. So there's this comedy magician called, well, his stage name is El Ropo, because he does...
The rope?
Yeah, because, well, ropo means clothes in Spanish.
Oh, oops.
Also, but no, it's because he does rope tricks.
Huh.
But he doesn't really actually know any Spanish. But he does rope tricks. He's a comedy magician. And when you go to his website and you open it up, this is what automatically plays.
El Ropo. El Ropo.
Oh my god. That's really funny. That's so funny.
And the worst thing, the worst thing about that is I had that song legitimately stuck in my head.
I
2 or 3 days ago.
That's gonna get stuck in my head too. I can see it already.
No, I just walked through the day and I was like, El Rope. Shit. I think I was in the shower. El Rope. Damn it.
Yeah. I've had a song stuck in my head the past couple days.
You know what's good to get songs out of your head?
Listening to power metal really loud.
Well, that too, I guess. I was going to say the It's a Small World song.
Oh, don't, no. I'm thinking about it. Oh, no.
Did I just Disney roll you? It's like Rick
kind
rolling,
of.
except with Disney music.
Oh my god! Did you actually listen to that?
Music. Sorry,
I'm gonna pretend you didn't say that. Did you actually listen to that song that I posted in that chat a while? Pine Woods by Corpiclani or Corpic.
I don't think so.
That should be our exit song, please.
I've already got the exit song.
Damn it!
But wait, what's it called again? Pine Woods.
Pine Woods by Korpiklaani. Maybe. Just it should autofill on YouTube.
Wait, K?
Yeah, it starts with a K. Korp, and then let the rest fill in on its own.
It doesn't fill in on its own.
Oh.
Pinewoods, Corp. Yeah, it doesn't. I don't know. Oh well, I already had it.
Damn it.
Well, I guess this is actually a pretty good natural end for our show tonight. Anyway.
It feels like it, yeah. I'm gonna go eat a pint of ice cream.
I wish I could have a burrito right now. Anyway, so this has been a really good show. I don't know if we'll be on next week. Will you be able to record next week?
Yeah, I will.
Okay, because I was talking with Lee, and she'll be able to be our guest host next week, as long as you're in a good recording situation. So
yeah, I mean, I'll just have my laptop. I'll just be. The only difference is I'll be in Seattle next weekend.
Yeah, but I mean, you can record from anywhere, just
exactly,
as long as you have access to the stream.
If the stream is down, no show.
Well,
but, yeah, whatever.
But anyway, so tune in next week. We will have Leon as a guest host. In Colin's absence, he will be going to Iceland.
I'm going to Iceland.
Have fun in Iceland, Colin. I mean, I'll see you before then, I'm sure. But
can you please play the Icelandic power metal as our exit song? It'd be so goddamn fitting.
All right, fine. What's it?
Pinewoods. KORPIKLAANI.
Just fucking type it in.
Okay.
Because I can't be bothered to find it. When you find it, we'll do an actual outro. Sorry for the premature outro this week. We really have our shit together. Click it.
Okay. Good night, everyone. We love you.